Hello, it's Gaylin, design team member with Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a nautical themed card for you. I'm using various paper strips that I made using a paper trimmer, and I'm using a little bit of foiling using a laminator. I'll show you how I go about doing this. I start with the Unity Stamp Company kits. One is called And All the Things, and the other one is Happy Places. And for the Happy Places, I went ahead and used one of the little flowers in there, a little flower piece. I stamped it twice, wasn't sure how many I was going to need, so I decided to use one and just fussy cut them out. Before I fussy cut it, I colored it in with some Copics using Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. So you can use either Decofoil transfer gel, or you can heat emboss to prepare the paper for foiling. So I like to use Decofoil. This is by iCraft. It's gold Decofoil. I'm using a navy cardstock and a white card base. I used the paper trimmer by Fiskars to do my trimming. It's real easy. It's got measuring marks. And here's my Your Story laminator. It's also a bookbinder. And so I place the gold foil pretty side up right over the and sentiment panel, and I use vellum for the stamping on that. But you can use any thin paper, the thinner the better, underneath the foil to get a good foiling result in the end. So after that is laminated, I set it aside to cool slightly. So I'm going to set it aside while I go ahead and prepare my background. So for the background, I just measure how far I want the strips to be for the front of the card base. So I know one end is 5.5 inches, and the other strips are just a little over 1/4 of an inch. I like to have enough room for my ATG tape gun to go ahead and adhere those easily. So I had them at least wide enough to use my clear double-sided tape on them. And so I just loosely place them on the card base to get an idea of where I want to adhere them down, and then I go ahead and begin adding tape and adhering them one at a time. As straight as it can be. I didn't go and measure them, but, I just used my eyes to just eyeball where I want to put the strips. It makes a nice background. So then now I'm carefully removing the gold foil from the vellum, or just regular cardstock, the thinner the better, and you have a real pretty result. If you have any excess, I have a little excess there on the top. You just take it off with like a tweezer or something. You could just move that little foil piece away. And now for adhering that, for vellum, I tend to like to go ahead and adhere behind the stamping. So behind the sentiments and around that and sign. And then I just go ahead to adhere it. I just tap it down very lightly over the foil. And I'm using sort of the and sentiment offset to the side. Now I use multimedia matte glue to adhere those flowers right over the and sign, just to soften the look a little bit. And I add some gold cording, and I go ahead and use an anchor die cut by My Creative Time. That one is retired, but any little accent will do, and it helps to finish the card. I hope you like this. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day.